7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings and Leatt Protectives. We are here. Obviously, we are missing the third party of the group.
Is this the first show that Stub has ever missed?
I did a couple in the first year by myself when I was on vacation because we didn't have a real good... I didn't have Skype or anything. But other than that, yeah, this is like the first one. Justin's got a real job now. And the real job's not allowing him to be here with us. We've waited now 24 hours, 26 hours past our normal time, and yeah, he's still not here. So
priorities change.
Yep. So anyway, so me and Cole will be here handling it. Cole is the star of the show anyway now, as you all say, especially your boy Dean.
Well, shout out to Dean. He's a great fan. Follow me on Instagram. Do whatever. Trying to get those followers.
Does
up.
he DM you?
I mean, DM me, yeah, I'll be cool.
Oh, alright.
Whatever.
Cool, yeah.
I like talking to people. I like interacting, so.
So anyway.
So shout out Dean, I read your comment.
Yes, we do. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below here. Really helps us out, whether it's a like, whether it's a comment, whether you subscribe. Again, we're trying to get back up to 1,000 subscribers. And once we do that, 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which we still haven't talked about. We have a lot to talk about, man. You and I.
Yeah, we'll do a giveaway that's in the works. Everything we seem to say is in the works, but
we're working on a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean the Stu podcast, we had some great feedback on that, so we're gonna work on doing something like that. James Stewart podcast. So comment below. What are some of your favorite James Stewart memories, and we'll try to put something together, talk about it a little bit for you guys.
Yep.
So.
And if you want to support the show, down below there are links in the description below. You can buy t-shirts, you can buy something on Amazon, which literally costs you nothing. You just have to click the link, it takes you to Amazon, and then go through Amazon, buy whatever you want. You don't have to buy what the link takes you to. We get a small slice of that, really helps us out. Helps basically me not have to spend money to make this show. So
yeah, it might even buy Justin a new sweatshirt. We're sick of seeing the Thor shirts.
Yeah, we may buy him a Moto Aftermath one. You can also, there's Patreon links down there if you just want to donate money to us. We will send you something, I don't know what it is. Can we get like some Leatt stickers or something?
Yeah, we'll get you some stickers. I don't know if our
Leatt guy.
I mean, I don't know if our users or our viewers use these or not, but we do have Leatt condoms, so we can send you some of those.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a protection
Protectives, okay.
It's a protection company.
Makes sense.
Protects everything, so.
Makes sense. So anyway, we're here wrapping up, what are we, round 12? Round 12, Seattle, Supercross.
Yeah.
And the track, what did you think of the track? Hard pack Seattle, we're not used to it. We're supposed to have rain, didn't have rain. Keep it short, the battery's going to die on this section.
Oh, the battery's not going to die, we'll be alright. Track... for Seattle, it was very weird to see, honestly. I think it snowed one year. Kevin Windham won it in the snow. I watched Chad Reed at yard sale it one year when he was on the privateer bike. I don't remember. There was a step on, step off. It was really ruddy.
On his Honda? Or his Cali?
On a Honda.
Okay.
Chest to the bars, wadded it up, cost him some points. He probably would have won the title. But, you know, going into the track, you know, present time, hard pack, it was really weird seeing that.
It was.
I guess from what I had heard on the broadcast, I haven't listened to any of the Pulp MX shows or anything like that, but they had Monster Jam in there a week or two before, and big old trucks doing donuts and shit like that.
That makes sense.
Probably had a lot to do with it, so I think it made for great racing. A little better than I think maybe if it were ruddy like that. I think Marv would have done a lot better even if it was ruddier. I think it was a Marv show either way. But let's talk whoop section.
The whoops were awesome.
The highlight of that
15 whoops. 15. Every round. That's what we decided, right?
Yeah, every round we need those, I think. That made the racing great. I mean, Josh Grant made it interesting in the LCQ. Ferrandis started skimming them late in the main to kind of prove David Villeman's point So I don't know if you've seen that or not. David Villeman was like, skimming the whoops is always faster.
It is.
Whatever he said.
You could clearly see it. Dean Wilson was doing it in the 450 main compared to
it
jumping.
depends on the guy. I mean, Marv made it look pretty good jumping through him, so which is weird because DV trains both of those guys or whatever.
Yeah, but Marv has never been a whoop skimmer, so
he made it work. Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it separated a lot of guys, a lot of different options. I thought it was great. I don't know about you, but how do you think Stu would have went through those?
Oh, faster than hell.
How long before he crashed?
What was it, Anaheim 2014, where he did the jump man kick crash at the end of the whoops? I think it'd have gone like that at some point.
Bit like that.
But anyway, so the whoops were great. There were a couple sections that separated it with some quads that you could do. And the fact that it didn't break down, it was hard packed, that was cool. The sand section was a bit of a letdown. I thought that was going to be cooler. It wasn't. It was just
kind of pick a line and run it.
Yep. But so other than that,
other than that, a couple quads. 250 guys started pulling the one out after the sand section that we were just talking about. So you could visually see that Ferrandis pulling it out, and AC started picking it up on it a little bit, which we'll get into in 250 talk. But yeah, other than that, you know, track was...
I thought it was pretty good.
Pretty
for
good,
Seattle.
pretty good for as far as racing.
Yeah.
Technicality pretty good. Lots of different lines. So overall, a lot better than last week.
Oh
so.
yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. So all right, cool. Let's jump into 250s here.
Let's do it.
Okay, 250s. You want to go top down, bottom up? What do you want to do? You know what? Let's just start with that LCQ.
Let's start right with the LCQ.
Thoughts on the Matt, the Jorgensen dude.
The guy from Denmark.
The guy from Denmark that was screaming at John Gallagher in, what did they speak?
I would have been less than impressed myself. You know, I just spent all this money to fly from Denmark, sent bikes over, bought a Sprinter van once I got to America. He's in pretty deep and has a chance at making a main. Gets bumped off the track. Yes, I think he went a little fast down the side of the track.
I disagree. I 100% disagree.
Really?
I think he went off he was on the gas when he got bumped. He went off the track. You saw, yes, but it was still like a constant movement of him being on the gas out of the corner. He obviously couldn't go back on in the center of the triple. He watched the guy. He came back on the track in a safe point, and he was not any farther ahead of him than when they came out of that corner.
Fair.
I think that was a totally legit move. I think it was bullshit call by the FIM. I love the fact that Ricky called it, that he didn't like it, and he stuck with it.
That's one thing about Ricky. He did stick to his guns. He had Leatt goggles on. So that's cool. Go look at Jorgensen. Go look at some pictures of him. Leatt goggles, bulletproof, but they aren't main proof, I guess. LCQ proof. Yeah, Ricky stuck to his guns. I mean, kind of a tough call, but
what do you personally think about it?
Overall, I think it was bullshit that he didn't make the LCQ or make the main, whatever. Yep. I think all the AMA shit. It's all corrupt bullshit, it's favorites, whatever. They don't stick to their guns on anything, which we'll get into that in the main too, a little more.
When we get
that comes back in.
I'm trying to hold my hand there, huh?
I know.
I mean, dude, we could hold hands behind that. We got the computer so we can hide it.
We're holding hands right now. Just kidding.
Hand check.
Whatever.
Anyway,
back to my point. It was a good race, made for good racing. But like I said, it wasn't bullshit. I think he shouldn't have been docked like that. I guess now that I'm replaying it in my head and seeing him come off the track, he still went just as fast as we would have hit the triple. He looked. You can visibly see he looked back.
He was looking over at the triple, watching him. So he made sure he came out and said he didn't gain any spots. Right. He literally was in the same position, the same exact amount ahead as if he would have gone over the triple with him. Like that. No, it was a bullshit call. Gallagher, that was bullshit.
Hey, just stick to your guns, whatever. So, and then poor guy too, like I said, he's in pretty deep money-wise. The wallet took a huge hit. Super pumped, about to make his first main, I believe.
Probably.
And they just rip it out of his hands. So, Hopefully he comes out swinging next week. I'd love to see him make the main next week. And
I'd have been swinging at
stick
John.
it to the man, you know?
I'd have been swinging at John. Or pull a Chad Reed and ghost ride my bike into him. Yes.
Did he do that?
What?
He did that?
No, I was talking about Reed, you know, with that crash. You
Oh,
know, like,
yeah.
ghost ride. Anyway. Anywho.
Could have ghost rode off the side of the track right into Gallagher. Right into the tower.
That'd have been awesome. Okay, so let's move on. Where do you want to start? Who do you want to go with?
Let's start with
first?
Frenchie. Finally got it done.
Yes, which we all knew was coming, right?
So
this is not unforeseen.
This is one of my. This is my favorite thing that Pulp MX used to do. They don't do it anymore. Cycle news headlines.
Oh God. Oh boy.
Frenchie gets it done. Or
Oh boy. Oh, we're doing future headlines. is what we're
future
doing.
headlines,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Or
Oh boy.
Frenchie blows it.
Are you talking about the title chase?
I'm talking about the race. That could have been a future headline for the race.
Oh. Well, that's
Frenchie on fire, or Frenchie blows it. But Frenchie was on fire.
Frenchie was on fire, man.
So we're going with that.
He finally got a start.
Finally got a start. We've been waiting for it all season.
All year.
And I think he managed that race, to be honest with you. AC started catching him in the end. He did what he had to do. He knew where he was. It did get a little close in the end.
Yep.
But I think he was doing that quad the whole moto, making up a little bit of time there. I think a big part of it. AC did pick up on that, but he wasn't able to hit it consistently like Ferrandis was. And I think that's what gave him a little bit of an edge. And then at the end of the moto, he found a good line in the whoops, and I think that was that little extra edge skimming the whoops as well.
Yep. Those would be the two places. The quad definitely, and even AC knew that and said it in the press conference. AC's like, I was only hitting the quad about 50% of the time. Dylan was hitting it almost all the time. And then the whoops definitely, I mean, hell, we just watched the 250 main, and you could see a couple of different laps where AC was closing, get to the whoops, he screw up the whoops and the jump line, and that was it. So the nice thing AC had going for him was in the whoops, he had a different jump line than everyone else. He was going to the right side where everyone else was going kind of left center there. So that was something. But again, a good management race for AC.
Yeah, AC, well, I want to go back to Ferrandis too. I want to point something out.
Go.
I thought it was great that he was able to jump through the whoops one lap, skim the whoops another lap, and I don't know, you know, I'm not in his head, but my thought process for him is he's like, oh, I'm going to skim the whoops this lap, and then I'm going to mark AC and see how much farther ahead from skimming the whoops I am. Or, next lap, he's like, okay, skimming the whoops, I lost a little time, I'm going to jump through the whoops and then mark him in the same spot again. As a racer, that's something that may have gone through his head, but you never know. But if he did, that's brilliant, smart riding on both sides. And as far as AC, another not fall apart ride.
No, because AC of the past would have pushed it to try to get that win and would have hit the deck.
Yes.
Multiple times.
And yeah, like would have went wide open in the whoops and yard sailed it. But he kept pushing, kept it on two wheels, which was important. And I want to think that at least one point in his head he started thinking about the big picture. But it still made for a great race for us.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it was close at the end. That last corner, I was like, ooh, is he going to be able to, you know, square it up enough to get him? And he tried, but he just wasn't close enough. So
I think another bike length or two, he would have been right in it.
Yep.
Maybe if you hit the quad on the last lap. I don't know if he did. I think he did on the last lap.
I think
actually.
he did too, and that's how he got close. He did that.
And he did get
the
hung up by some lappers. So.
Yeah, that was the thing too. But again, a solid ride still has, what, 13-point lead or something like that.
I mean, he can manage it right out as long as he just doesn't do what he used to do. I mean,
yeah, as long as he doesn't go into AC beast mode / hit the deck mode, we're golden. We're taking that title for sure.
Yeah. Third place, a nice, kind of a quiet ride for Jimmy D.
Yeah.
Jimmy D, I think he believes he has more in the tank, and I believe he has more in the tank as well. I think he's.
Do you think
he just gets tight running up there?
Do you think he can win?
If all the cards fall in the right place, I think he might be able to squeak a win out.
I don't think he wins, and I heard this on the Main Event Moto Show, and I completely agree with that. I don't think he wins unless Dylan, Adam, and Faulkner are all gone.
Are talking win this year or in the future?
Yeah, win this year. I don't think he does it in the future either, honestly. He's too old. Because he's, what, 20?
He is up there. He's a little older on the side of the class or whatever.
Give us an age here if we click him.
We're on RacerX. No,
RacerXonline.com.
We're clicking on his profile. Hang on. We know he's from Peabody, Massachusetts.
I don't think we have a...
Yeah, oh, that's way old, bro. He's been racing since
Wow.
09, so...
So he's been pro for a while. So yeah, he's getting up there. So yeah, dude, honestly, I don't think he wins. I think he's a solid top 5 dude. And that's why I think he continues to get rides until he wants to retire. But I don't think he's got that outright raw speed to do it.
Those guys. I think he... I'm going to disagree a little bit. I think he does have the speed. I think he just... Once he gets rid of the nerves. He's up there running front with those guys, and I think he just tightens up.
I'll give it... If he hole shots a one-line track, for example, like an Indy was, where there wasn't anywhere to make time, and he just hole shots it and can run the same lap times as those guys, yes. Doesn't get tight, doesn't fall off, yes. I'll give it to you then. Other than that, no, I don't think he can
and he's good in the whoops.
Yep.
He's a short
dude.
Everybody's like, oh, tall guys are great in the whoops. Baggett's great in the whoops, and so is Jimmy D. A track with good whoops. I don't know. I think the cards could fall in the right place for him, but it would be like a, I don't know. It'd have to be one of those nights. It'd be like a Brayton Daytona win. So.
Pretty much.
Now
these next two guys kind of shock you, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit. So Michael Moseman was my... Wait for it.
Hot low-key ride.
The low-key ride. I mentioned this in the group chat.
I didn't read it.
Yeah, I just said this is a low-key ride for him. Nobody really... They gave a little bit of TV time for him, talked about him a little bit. But a 4th place is really good for a guy that it's his sophomore year. And I believe he is on a pay-for-his-own ride kind of deal. Not on a contract where they are paying him. He's kind of paying for his own ride deal.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, because Jordan Bailey has the actual ride.
Okay.
That's what I mean, Justin would be... This is where Justin comes in, the StubHub, because he knows a little bit more about that kind of stuff than I do. He has a little bit of an inside scoop on the Husky stuff, but... yeah, great ride. They didn't really show him much on TV, but he's been kind of crash prone to wad it up a lot. He made it through that whoop section every lap.
Honestly, I didn't even know he finished 4th. Though we literally were just looking at this, and I went,
like you said, you didn't even know he finished 4th.
No. And then you got Chris Bloss in 5th, and Chris Bloss has been building between the West Coast rounds and the 450 East Coast rounds. He's been riding, and again, I think this just goes to prove these guys should ride the opposite coast.
I think it's beneficial. Yes.
I think so too.
But I do want to point out that both of these guys, let's shuffle them back if McElrath was racing.
Yes. Yeah.
So
one position.
McElrath hurt his back or whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
but
ongoing back injury.
I think that track really would have suited McElrath, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
Salt Lake City last year, he gunned everybody down, passed them. Kind of hard pack, kind of dusty like that. I think McElrath would have been a player. But he was out. So we'll talk about Chris Bloss. 5th place, top of the board for a little while in practice.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody saw that coming for a privateer guy, especially being a little older.
Well, he's a privateer, but he's on the AJE motorsports thing.
That gas monkey deal.
Yeah, so I don't know how privateer it is.
They're running Enzo suspension, stuff like that. You'll hear me talk about suspension all the time because I think that's the most important part.
I would totally agree with that. Yep.
But he... Yeah, he's on good stuff. They found a good setting, and look at Chad Reed when he was on his own program.
Yep.
Not always, factory support does help, but if you put all the things in the right place, privateer guy can do it. And he's proven that. And a lot of these guys in this class are kind of proving that. You got Justin Starling on the same bike, so jumping around a little bit. Justin Starling's on the same team.
Yep, top 10.
Top 10. He running a stock shock on the back.
Really?
So he did have the WP track shock. I saw, and this was on Vital MX. I lurk around in the forums on there. They found a good setting with a stock shock, and he's running that. So quite a good ride for him in 10th as well. I was watching him because I did have him in on my fantasy team.
Oh boy. Yeah, but who else?
If you want to talk about fantasy, I had 300 points.
301.
Had 301.
Isn't this the second week in a row I've won out of our group?
1 point. Yeah, I'll give it to you. But what's your overall rank?
Oh, I'm way down.
Right.
I'm hundreds of points. I had a lot of real. Well, dude, what was that one week I scored 89? So I've had some bad weeks, but I told you guys I would be winning every week from here on out, and so far I'm 2 for 2.
I guess we'll see.
I mean, if I win the next 5 rounds, what do I get here? Because that'll be 7 rounds in a row. I beat you guys. Like, do I get a prize? Do I get a plaque?
I'll buy you a pizza or something.
Yes.
A Little Caesars pizza.
I don't care. I just want a prize because that'll be 7 rounds in a row. Now, Jacob Hayes down there in 19th. That was, I heard he busted up his hand or something.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in the main. He kind of fell apart.
No, I heard his hand was busted up and he could like barely hold on.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I don't know if it happened in the heat.
That probably had a lot to do with
practice, but yeah.
He had a broken hand when the season went east. Was riding a little bit, broke his hand. So that's
what it was?
Yeah, so he's got a lingering injury. And I would say that probably had a lot to do with it, especially busting through those whoops every lap with a hand that's not fully healed. But he was running damn good there for a while.
Yeah, he was. He was up front. So, but that's a very not
Jacob Hayes ride.
Jacob Hayes ride, even though he's on a Rock River, you know, kind of privateer, I guess, as much whatever you want to call that team effort.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think it matters. He's put in enough rides at this point that
I think he solidified himself for a ride next year.
Yeah, he's got a ride next year.
And then the Geico Honda boys.
Well, they came together.
Hampshire wadded it up in the whoops. I think that was practice of the heat race or whatever.
How many more years do we have to deal with him?
It just puzzles me. Like, Justin's not on the Hampshire train. I don't know if you are.
No, I'm not. I think he's a waste of money. He hasn't done anything. What has he done?
He just wins those no pressure races.
I was gonna say he won the GP at WW Ranch 2 years ago. Other than that, like, he hasn't done anything. He's shown spurts of speed and he's been hurt.
Yeah, can't hold it together. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm neutral on him. I don't like him. I don't dislike him. So
he's the guy on the team on this coast to win that's supposed to go out and podium, right? That's their guy. Because McAdoo's not that guy. Because McAdoo's a fill-in guy.
Yeah, he was. And then it was supposed to be Craig, right?
Yeah, but Craig's been hurt. Craig's a waste of money also. Same, yeah, I don't like him either.
I don't think they're paying for Craig.
Oh, I think they are. Dude, his father-in-law owns the team. He's getting a salary.
That ring paid for that ride.
I think he's getting a salary still.
That right there paid for the ride.
I heard he's getting a salary. He's got a big-time agent to not have a salary.
Okay, true.
I don't remember the guy's name, but oh yeah. It's a big-time agent, too. I can't remember who else. I heard it on Pulp a few weeks ago. Yeah, he's got a big-time agent. If he's not making a salary, that's...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe outside sponsor or something like that. I don't know.
Could be that, too, but I still think he's getting a salary from them.
Tons of talent. I don't dislike Christian Craig.
He's got a ton of riding skill, but he's just...
Like,
past his prime.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Put him on a 450, dude.
Yeah, just do something. Like...
Then Mitchell Harrison finally pulled it together. Leatt guy.
7th, yep.
Michigan boy as well, so we're all pretty familiar with him.
Yep.
And it was good to see him in the top 10.
And Enzo Lopes up there, too, in 9th.
Yeah, fantasy killer.
Fantasy killer.
Only week I don't go with him, he maxes out, so that's cool.
Yep.
All
right,
and as far as that, I mean, not really much. Just your privateer guys. The field is thinned out a little bit. Yep. Pretty much all these guys maxed out on points. I do want to ask you, how do you think Colt Nichols would have done if he didn't yard sale it?
I mean, I think he'd been in the top 5, but I don't know beyond that.
No, I think he would have podiumed. I just glorified Jimmy D, but I don't think Jimmy D would have beat him. So, but bummer for Nichols. Have you heard an update on him?
I have not, but dude, that wreck was gnarly.
Not good.
That was like should have gone over the bars and then just got bucked off and
looked like a knee or a leg or something to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, but I haven't listened to like the Pulp review or anything either. So I'm sure I'll know more tonight. Yeah. So after I listen to all that stuff, so
yeah, vital for him or something. But either way, bummer deal for Nichols.
Yep. So all right, we've gone on long enough about 250s. Let's move on. We're going to 450s.
Let's go to the big dogs.
Yep, we got a lot to talk about there.
$450.
All right, we starting at the top. Let's start at the top. We might as well talk about the Marvs situation.
I think let's just knock it right out of the way.
Let's just get it out of the way. Okay.
Oh shit that it took so long. AMA, FIM, what are you doing?
Get your shit together, John.
God, like, Bowers punts Marsh off the track. He's DQ'd by the end of the race. This rule is clearly stated in the rule book, and it takes until after the broadcast to find out.
And I will give it to them. I was a little pissed off at first because I thought, when I saw the ruling, I thought they didn't go with the rule book, read the rest of the article, realized that was actually the rule. So the rule clearly states in the rule book, and again, I haven't gone through and read the rule book, guys. If you want to go read it, have fun. I don't have that kind of time. But the rule clearly states that you are docked points for 2 positions plus 2 points. Is that what it was?
Something like that. I don't know.
And then you don't win the purse money. Great. So he lost. So Marv wins the race, loses 7 points.
By rule book standards, what happens to Marv?
He loses the 7 points. So basically all the points he made up on Cooper on Saturday,
which they took anyway.
They took. He doesn't make up, so that's fine. So he basically, the points are the same as what they went into the race. So Cooper benefited from it. And then he loses the purse money, so $12,000, which to someone like us, $12,000 is a lot. To someone like that, he just, I mean, KTM's paying him $100,000.
He doesn't care because he got the win bonus.
Yeah, so he's winning $100,000 anyway, so $12,000 is pocket change to him. So yeah, so basically the rule is stupid because they changed it since the Dungey incident 2 years ago, where he would have lost positions. And even, was it J-Mart last year? They were talking about J-Mart in Indy last year or something.
Basically,
same thing.
Basically KTM writing a check, I think. So
it's stupid. And the biggest issue I have with it is the broadcast goes off and we don't know. Why do we not know?
I mean, yeah, that just shows. I love motocross. I love motocross. It's my favorite sport. We love it. But it's unprofessional hillbilly shit. It's so dumb. Dude, how do you get a 250 guy, gets bumped off the track, comes back on before the race is over? We know he's out. Done. Yeah.
And the fucking 450 main winner, we can't get together.
The highlight of the sport.
Hashtag Race Tech rant here.
This could be, I don't know.
Race Tech doesn't even sponsor this. That's totally a Pulp MX ripoff, and I don't care. We're using it anyway. I'm fucking pissed. Why do we not know? Like, we have a rule book! Use the rule book! God damn it! This is so easy. Sorry, I'm way off.
Let me get you. Let's get you some CBD.
I don't need that right now.
Let's get you some Ignite. Let's calm you down.
Don't get me started on that either.
We got this man some Ignite. He's gonna calm down now.
Talk about it for a second.
All right. Shh. Take a deep breath. Yeah, like football, basketball, I hate to compare motocross because it's not even close to that. NASCAR, let's compare to NASCAR. You know before the broadcast is off. It's just simple as that. So I hope to see some change in the sport. I don't know. It's just not very consistent. Like, you can go back to issues like
Chad Reed
the
and
Chad Reed
Kennard.
DQ, yeah. The Chad Reed DQ. You know what happened before the race is over.
How many more times do you think the whole fucking internet's gonna have to explode over dumb shit like this before the AMA and the FIM go, huh, maybe we should fucking do something like follow the fucking rule book?
Yeah,
like, holy shit.
They like to play favorites.
This is so simple. Ugh, it's so easy. There is a rule book. You follow it. MotoGP, Formula 1, NASCAR, any other fucking form of motorsports. But can we do it in Supercross? No. We want to make Supercross awesome. We want to grow the fucking viewership. We want to grow the sport. But we can't follow the fucking rule book.
All right. He's ignited. CBD.
Marv got the win. Plain and simple. Marv got the win. Awesome.
And I do want to talk. What do you got?
Do you think Marv wins that race if he doesn't put 5 seconds on them right then? And here's another thing I heard on the Main Event Moto Show is that if you are a guy who's not in a title chase, okay, you know the rules are, hey, you're going to get docked.
So you're saying if Tyler Bowers jumps it, they go by the normal rules?
No, if Tyler Bowers jumps it, he knows the rule is he gets docked points plus 2 or whatever, and he doesn't get the purse money.
And we know
but he goes out and he wins that race because he can fucking, if he goes through there, he can gain 20 seconds. If he just says, fuck it, jumps the section.
Yeah, okay. Fuck it, I lose my points.
Yeah, I lose my points, but I still win the fucking race. Which means he's going to get huge bonused out, even though he's a privateer. Kawasaki's going to write him a check. Let's face it.
He won.
His other sponsors are going to write him a check, but he's not in a points race, so what the hell does he care about points?
Send her through.
Send her through.
Send her through.
The rule is fucking stupid. Okay, anyway.
There definitely needs to be some revision and a lot of
clarity and follow it. Okay. Now, back to the question I had.
As a fan, it's frustrating.
Do you think Kenny stands a better chance of winning that race if Marv doesn't put 5 seconds on him doubling through there. Because Marv gapped him in there. That was where Marv gapped him, plain and simple.
Well, Kenny caught him in the end of the race again.
But Marv let up.
He couldn't do anything.
But Marv let up.
Well, mid-race, too, he was right on his ass a little
I
bit.
guess, yeah.
I think Marv wins that race no matter what. That's my opinion. He was riding very, very good.
I actually agree with that. I'm just saying. I
mean, it's just unfortunate from a championship point of view because it would have made things a hell of a lot more interesting championship-wise. Would have closed it up to 7 points.
Yep.
Coop rides like he did this weekend. Next weekend closes it up even more. We got a battle going into Vegas.
I still think we're gonna have that anyway. But we'll get
I think we will anyway. And it's just a bummer that Roxon has had his health issues, whatever. But last night was a real good indication that things are going back in the right direction.
Yes.
Last week's show we completely wrote him off. We said his window of opportunity had just closed. But he was scrubbing a little more. He's a little more animated on the bike. That was Kenny of old.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he didn't have those shitty last couple weekends because he would have benefited off this situation a lot.
Yep. Yes, he would have.
He still benefited a little bit, but not like.
I would say he closed up on Marv, so that's cool. But again, I think he's too far because he's
too far gone.
19,
I think he's just got a point to prove to win a race.
Yep.
And can he still do that? You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
After this weekend, kind of going back the right direction?
I think he wins the Triple Crown next weekend.
Oh, stamp it. Bold predictions already. But yeah, like I said, Marvin I think wins that race no matter what. Ken put up a good fight, but I think Marvin just had his number. Eli was just there. I mean, he really didn't do anything spectacular. He was just kind of there. And I gotta believe that. Man, we had this big conversation about mental and all this stuff, and I gotta believe there's something mental going on, just because I think he's already kind of checked out from what we've heard on other shows and what we've kind of gathered, putting our heads together, that Honda wants him back.
Not only does Honda want him, there's problems at Kawasaki.
There's a lot of internal things going on where I don't think everybody's getting along, from what it sounds like, from what we've gathered. I think he's just kind of mentally checked out.
How wicked would that be if Honda went to 3 bikes and had Kenny, Eli, and AC?
I don't see Kenny and Eli together.
I don't see it either, but...
And I don't see Kenny and AC together. If you listen to an old... I'm plugging Papa Max right now.
That's okay, we'll plug in all of them.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So if you listen to a Cole Gress podcast, he's the guy who used to run the Suzuki amateur team. And Suzuki wanted to sign Adam Cincerillo.
Mm-hmm.
But Tomac was already there. Tomac said, no, we don't want Cincerillo on a Suzuki. So, if you would notice, AC's whole career was on the Kawasaki. So, I don't know what the bad blood was or what the whole deal was, but food for thought, you can kind of think about that. And I think right now, Eli has the upper hand where he can say that again. I will come to Honda, but if AC comes, I will go somewhere else. I think he has the dick to swing right now.
The only other thing I've heard, and I heard this on the Main Event Moto, is that, and once I thought about it, I was like, they're right. Who else, amateur-wise, and up through the beginning of their pro career, has put more money into an amateur and into the first few years of their pro career than Kawasaki into AC? Let's face it, Kawi has had AC since he was on, what, 65s?
Yeah.
He's literally been through Team Green, Pro Circuit.
Everything.
Yeah, so are they really going to dump him, or are they going to open the checkbook? Now, the counter thing to that is Honda has more money.
I don't know, man.
Honda has more money, and Honda will throw more money.
You think Honda
yeah. Because Honda has the... Even though they're separate, they have the automotive division, too, man.
But I'm thinking Kawasaki, they make pistons for fucking cruise ships and stuff.
Nope. I'm still saying, we can look it up too, and
I'd be interested to know. So if one of you guys get bored that's watching this, look that up. Throw it in the comments for us. Like, what's a bigger company, Kawasaki or Honda?
I don't really know where he goes, but I think a lot of the off seasons hinging on Tomac, Kenny, and AC for the silly season. And when those three are signed,
Marvin just stays where he's
at.
Marvin stays where he's at.
I think so too. I don't think Marvin leaves KTM. I'd be very surprised.
But speaking of KTM and Marvin and his program, Cooper Webb Do you think that program is kind of burning him out a little bit? Do you think
Yes.
he's fatiguing at the end of the season?
I think so. I mean, his results haven't been horrible, but we've talked about it off the air. Downward spiral, I mean, the last 4 weeks, first, second, third, fourth.
Right.
So he's going in the wrong direction, where Marv has been like 2-2,
Like I said, blessing in disguise on his knee injury in the beginning of the year. Maybe he's just now finding his form and it's working while...
And you know, the funny thing is
I don't know.
Justin said his knee was worse and he might miss outdoors. And I heard from a very reliable source this week that he's at... I'm just going to say, since we've been plugging everything else, it rhymes with Schmain Event Schmoto.
Okay, Daniel Blair.
That he actually was pumped because he could start running this week, and he hasn't been able to do it all year because of his knee.
I did hear about that.
So, I don't think his knee is bad like Justin thought it was.
As bad as he thought it was, and
Yep.
he's training a little more, and it's just a confidence thing, I think, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if Webb is... I remember Roxon saying like he was getting fatigue in his legs and all that stuff when he was with KTM and the Baker program. So is that having a similar effect on Webb? Came out swinging, now he's starting to cross that line a little bit. I don't know. We'll never know. And I don't know how the Baker program works. Is Baker going to back off him, or is he going to keep going? Like, I don't know how it works. We'll probably never know. We can speculate all we want, but...
Yep.
And then Savatgy in fifth.
Rounding out top 5, knocking on that door for a podium here, which again I think he gets before the end of the year. I think he does get one. Maybe he gets one next week at the Triple Crown.
I think he might have got one. I mean, he was working his way to the front, and then he has your patented, what do you like to call it?
Savatgy syndrome moment where he tips over in a corner.
Yeah, I think he was trying to stay off Sealy, locked up the front brake, went down. Either way, he went down. Yeah, while he was working his way forward. So.
Typical Joey shit, though. I mean, he did it this week. Didn't he do it last week, too? Yeah, he crashed last week in Indy, too, man, when he was running up front. He crashed over the finish line.
Yeah, in the split section.
Yeah. I mean, it's just dumb little stuff like that that's plagued him since the 250s, and we thought maybe he wouldn't have pressure and it would go away, but here he is doing it again now, you know, because otherwise, I mean, there's a good chance he was on the podium this week.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see. Maybe Triple Crown, he gets good starts.
Yep.
If he gets out in front and leads like he has in a couple races before, I think he wins at least one of those main events in the Triple Crown. And I think another guy, if he gets out front, just like he did in Indy, can pull out at least one Triple Crown win. And one of them is the next guy who got 6th, Dean Wilson.
Dean was good in the whoops.
Very, very good in the whoops.
Skimming, fast.
You heard it on the broadcast. I thought it was really interesting, a smart move on his part. He was in Florida. Went back to California a week earlier to get adjusted to the time for going back to the West Coast. And I think that makes a way bigger difference than what you would think.
Oh, it does.
So I think that played into his advantage. Definitely his whoop speed was great. Again, I think, where was he off at the start? Where was he?
I don't know.
Buried.
Yeah.
I think if he got a good start, man, he could be up there in the top 5. Should be in the top 5 battling.
You know who got a great start? His teammate, Zach Osborne.
Yeah, what place he get?
Whole shot to 8th.
Whole shot to 8th. The whoops killed him.
Whoops did kill him. That was where he literally struggled the most out. If you watch it, and I was watching because I'm a Zach guy, you could tell the whoops, he could not get a good jump rhythm going through it. Struggled. That's what bit him in the ass. But we got to start, and we got speed, and we can work with speed.
He might be a little better when it comes outdoors. We'll see. And then Baggett, that's another guy I think maybe outdoors would be good. I thought he was going to win last night. I don't know why. I've seen his whoop speed. I thought he was badass through the whoops. He did really good in the dry in Arizona when he whooped everyone's ass.
You know, I didn't check. Do you play RM Fantasy?
What, RM Fantasy?
Yeah,
Are you doing that right now?
I'm going to check it.
Right now?
Yeah, I want to see, dude. I already outscored everybody's ass in pulp,
so he's going to check his RM Fantasy, even though I already know I beat him. I got 63 points.
Do you know for sure that you beat me?
I mean, I got Webb right, I got Savatgy right, and I got Tomac right.
Let me just see here. Go ahead, keep talking.
So then, yeah, next guy, Cole Seeley, on his way up. What do you think?
I think Seeley is definitely.
Do you put him in your RM Fantasy next week?
I don't know.
What'd you get?
55. So he did beat me, but I had Marv, Eli, Ken, so I was close, and then Webb in 4th. And then I had Baggett in 5th, and I had Joey actually for 6th. So I was close.
Close.
That's a good weekend for me, though. I'm making up points in my league.
Do you put Seeley in your RM Fantasy next week?
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Yeah, I think he got a little too tired. Speed was back for Seeley. It was good to see old Seeley. And then you could just tell he hit a wall and guys were going by him left and right, and that had to be defeating for him.
Oh, yeah.
But the beginning of that main was damn good.
Yep. Can we talk about Justin Hill and that little deal they did with him and how nobody gives a shit?
About his music?
Yes.
I mean,
No
a lot
one
of people
cares.
like music.
Dude, first off, Justin Hill's irrelevant.
I mean, I'm not really... I'm not into the whole grunge music thing.
I'm not either. And Justin Hill is irrelevant as a racer, period. He hasn't done shit on the 450. We've all been waiting all year for this fucking Tampa fucking redo of Justin Hill. Fucking, he's gonna be so good. He's been waiting for a 450. Did you hear last week? I didn't even pay attention last week. He wheelied down the start straight in the main.
Just having fun?
Yeah. What a waste of money. Dude.
Okay, that seals the deal for me, just wheeling.
Some dude, like, literally, like, didn't get the start he wanted and just wheelied down the start. I didn't see it. I mean, we were at the race, so if you didn't pay attention, like, I didn't see it.
Like, during the main?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
I know, we should. God, but dude, no. This guy's completely irrelevant. He's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do, which was be fucking worthless, because he's just not committed to it, even though
if I'm Justin Hill, I'm going out with my brother and I'm riding in the hills, because his riding style, anything that he does,
sick.
It's amazing. Yeah, like...
So much talent on
the dude
bike,
can ride a fucking dirt bike.
But he doesn't have the commitment level to do pro racing. Like, just go make money.
He got
on
away
YouTube.
with the half-assness in the 250 class, but when you move to the big boys like this...
Oh, yeah. Like, dude, just go make money.
It's a real wake-up call for him. So start doing Tyler Bierman things.
Go make money on YouTube. Get with Axel Hodges there, you know, and Monster, because your brother's hooked up in there, and just fucking go do that shit.
Yeah. Another guy that I think would be good at that when the racing thing does not work out for him, Justin Vogel. Love watching that guy ride.
Sick style.
So unique.
The only thing I have
like mid-main, turns the bar down and then throws his hand back just cause, like, I don't know what he does. But
he has the commitment level to train for it. I know he puts in the work.
And he's slowly getting better. Slowly getting better.
Yeah, he just hasn't put together a start and a decent race all at the same time. But when he does, I think he cracks well inside the top 10. I'm not going to say top 5, but well inside the top 10.
Does any... I mean, we'll skip through a few guys. We got Michael Alessi. Whatever, Michael Alessi. He was just in the same spot. Carlin Gardner. All these guys moved up 2 spots because of Chad Reed and Justin Brayton. Justin Brayton going ejectocito.
The only person I've ever seen go higher off a jump and land was Chad Reed at the Chattapal.
Oh, yeah.
Outdoors.
Ironically, Chad Reed in that crash, too.
Yes.
I think that's the last time we see Chad Reed ever race.
You think he's going to go out like that?
I think he goes out like that.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
I mean...
That's a lot for someone his age, yeah. Because, I mean, broken ribs, scapula, collapsed lung, that's a lot to come back from.
He said he won't ride unless he has a factory bike. Who's going to give him a factory bike next year?
JGR?
For like a one-off race, maybe. Just a
I don't know.
Bye, I'm going to do a knack-knack opening ceremony.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And he already expressed that he likes rally cars, wants to go rallycross racing.
Yeah.
I think he's done, man.
He could be. He could be. I think, though, unlike Stewart, he's going to come back and give us his farewell year. Even if it's only he comes out.
This was, maybe.
Every opening ceremony just says bye.
We will, maybe. And Justin Brayton, do you think he called?
No, he'll come back.
You think he just sticks to his off-season races?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll go back. He'll race Australia again. He'll do his off-season races. He'll come out in 2020. No problem. MCR. He has a ride at MCR until he wants to retire. That's all there is to it. MCR is not getting rid of him. Honda likes him. He likes the bike. He likes being able to do his Australian off-season plus his other one-off races.
Making decent money overseas.
Oh, makes great money.
So, yeah, bummer deal. Of course, the 2 oldest, dustiest, brittle guys.
But, dude, in all fairness, I thought Brayton got way more fucked up than that.
I did, too.
Torn ACL, MCL is nothing for going up to row 15 flat to concrete.
Got hit hard,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Like,
he took a wheel to where his collapsed lung probably came from, the ribs, and then took a case to the shoulder. And I believe that's the same scapula he broke when he was fighting for the title on the Kawasaki.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Because I remember he was going through the whoops. He ran into the back of Roxon or Dungy, I think. And right shoulder. So, I don't know. Unfortunate. I'm going hot take. I think that may be the last time.
That is a hot take. I don't know.
Maybe the last time. It's going to be the last time we see him competitive in the top 10.
Yeah, that probably is.
Because you got to think next year, AC's coming up. All the other guys are coming up.
Okay.
What I want to know before we wrap this up.
Okay.
There's one last guy, and I didn't do my low-key ride. We're not going to talk a lot about him. Low-key ride Tyler Bowers. And the only reason his ride was good was because of the whoops. He got 10th. So.
Okay.
Moving on. What the hell happened to Justin Barsha? Everybody's running consistent 46s on here, you can see. Fastest lap was a 49. Finishes 17th. Did he go down in the whoops?
No, I have no idea, to be really honest with you. Until I listened to the recaps from everybody else who was there and, you know, get all these different points of views. I don't know.
Don't really know.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about him on Main Event Moto. I didn't hear anything in the press conference. I didn't listen to the post-race interviews, so I don't know.
I mean, you can be a solid fantasy pick next week.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's who I'm picking.
Okay, so two more things to talk about.
What you got?
Number one, the buzz about Hurlings coming in is a no-go, in case you didn't hear that. He's not coming over. So I have a question for you. Do you think he wins the title over there?
No.
You don't think he does?
He's too far gone, dude. Unless he just goes and wins everything.
I think he's going to come damn close to winning every race from here on out.
I mean, it'd be...
From when he comes back.
How early did he wrap it up last year?
At least a whole race, if not a race and a half early. Because
so he's going to be
actually,
out.
I think it was a race and a half because I think he wrapped it up first moto at
Is he out?
Lommel.
He's out 3 races.
Or not Lommel.
How many is he missing?
I don't know for sure. But they figure he's going to be...
1 to 2 rounds? Maybe.
They figure he's going to be probably 200 points back.
I don't think he can do it.
The only thing I have to say is...
He gets top 3 and gets his check for that.
The only thing I've heard is that it's like last year. Cairoli, the last few rounds, was barely in it. Like, he was hurt. In fact, I think he missed the last round.
Yeah,
so if you get something like that happens to Cairoli, because Cairoli's going to have to start pushing to try to beat Hurlings.
Have you been keeping up on it all?
No, not really. But Cairoli's been winning in the first 2 rounds at least. So if something happens to Cairoli, I think he stands a good chance of winning it because I think he's going to win damn near every fucking race he's in over there. But if not, then yeah, it's all for nothing, and it kind of sucks because I
really wanted to see more.
I did too. I really did for a whole series. The other thing I want to touch on quickly here, because that only goes to 30 minutes. We got less than 7 minutes left. What do you think this James Stewart thing is going to be on, what's today, Monday? Thursday it drops? 28th, right?
29th.
29th, so Friday it drops, I think?
Something like that. I hope, and what I think it's going to be, I don't know, you never know just because he's such a mysterious guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I mean, obviously we'll know on Friday, but
I think there's a thread about it on Vital. I haven't really looked. But they've been kind of hitting around about this documentary that they're having. So hearing that, I'm hoping it's a tell-all. Just sit down, you know, talk about your career when you were 16, turning pro, talk about the whole thing. You know, maybe if we're lucky, he'll talk about how he rode the Honda first. You've seen the pictures of him surface while he was riding the Honda, the 125, and that's how he signed him. I hope he goes into that. I hope he goes into the trouble with his concussion, stuff like that. I hope he goes into where he had hit his head so many times that maybe that's why he was prescribed the Adderall. And then that whole saga. There's so much that he can talk about, and I just hope he spills it all, you know? What does he have to lose? He turned his back on the sport anyway for a while. The time has come where he feels comfortable to release it. Why not release it all?
That's what I would do, but again, this is James Stewart we're talking about.
James Stewart, we don't know. That's why there's so much speculation around this. That's why we really want to do a show on our favorite memories.
Speaking of which, did I suffice with my top 5 James Stewart memories the other day? Okay, all right, cool.
We got Travis's memories. We're gonna get Justin's memories. We're gonna get some of my memories, and
I don't have as many because I was out of it when Stu was really being Stu.
Yeah, so
I kind of had to go back and watch.
It's kind of cool. Like, our show is gonna be a little layered too, because Justin knows 125 Stu better than we all do.
Yep.
2003, my first Redbud memory was James Stewart jumping the Leap on a 125, which I will talk about that. That's 03. I was a wee one. I was probably like 7 years old. I'm 24 now. That tells you guys anything.
God, I didn't realize you were so young.
Age is just a number.
It's good to have youth in the booth, man.
Youth in the booth. Get your backside, trackside. So yeah, well, I mean, 2014 on the Suzuki, Stuart going 24-0 were some of my memories. Like, so we'll have, you know, Justin from back then. We'll have, you know, some of the middle stuff that I remember very vividly and seeing in person.
And then I was late stages from 14 on. So
you kind of seen that at the end of his career in the dwindling.
Yep.
So
yep.
I think it'll be an awesome show. We're really excited about it. We just got to put some logistics together and make it happen. So
yep. Okay, so next week Houston, Triple Crown. I don't know if it's East or West Coast, to be real honest with you. We were trying to decide that. It's got to be West.
It's West, I think.
But it's so weird that West has 2 out of the 3, but I guess whatever. Anyway, so let's just assume it's West.
Well, if it's East, who you got?
I think Fortner does it again.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I go Fortner too.
If it's East,
just because he's so on it.
If it's West, who you got?
If it's West, I go...
We are super prepared for this. This is great.
I know. If it's West, I go... God. I hope Frenchie goes and Hammer starts all week. And Frenchie goes 2.
Frenchie or AC?
Frenchie goes 2 because I think AC manages it on the way out.
All right. And, yeah, I'm going to agree with the 250 guys. 450, I think Ken's going to get it done and get the win. And it's going to be magical.
I think Marv reels off another.
Fair enough.
Marv reels off another. I think he's in the zone. I think he's got his starts kind of figured out, too. And he's peaking. I think, like, physically, his peak is there. I think I'm going bold strategy, bold call, Cotton. I go he's 3 in a row.
Okay.
Essentially. 3 in a row, I guess.
Yeah.
With an asterisk.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Throw the red flag
on
next week, we'll see.
Alright, so anyway, this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. Wrapping up round 12, Seattle. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, comment down below.
Helps us out a lot.
Follow us on all the social media. That's what we didn't put in the beginning. Follow us on all the social media points, which we're trying to get better at, but we still suck at them. Anyway, and make sure, if you can't watch, listen on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Absolutely.
Click the links in the description below to buy t-shirts or support us on Patreon or buy something on Amazon. It all helps us out. And we will be back next week, hopefully with the 3rd member of the crew, too, to wrap up the last Triple Crown. The StubHub. We got to give him a StubHub t-shirt.
Like it's the Grubhub logo?
Yes, StubHub, yes.
Yeah. All right, we'll work on that. We'll just surprise him with it one day on a show.
All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. God, you're in that.